Hi, everyone, and welcome to Build. I'm Kristyn Maddox, and I support product marketing for the marketplace, and I'm thrilled to be joined by Felipe Ospina, who supports the Americas and go-to-market strategy for the marketplace. We're here to talk to you about how you can maximize your cloud investments through the marketplace. Today, we're going to talk through some of the challenges you're probably seeing in tech buying today. And we'll go through some scenarios on how the marketplace can support. We'll do a demo for the private Azure marketplace and briefly talk about what's ahead and resources for you to stay connected. So let's get started. We're at an interesting crossroad with AI. It's obviously a key topic here at Build, within the industry, and even the world at large. The evolution of AI has emphasized how every single person on the planet can do more when provided with the right tools to boost creativity and productivity. But it wasn't long ago that we thought the cloud was the digital game changer of our lifetime. And in this world, IT controlled the purse strings. With this world, the majority of the budget went to infrastructure, with a little bit extra going to data and tools to support analytics. You, as developers and tech leaders, controlled this world. But now we're in the wild, wild west. In today's business, approximately 25% of the cloud budget is spent on infra, and the rest is everything else. Even the HR department has its own set of discrete SaaS solutions that are specific to their department and their jobs. So, as developers, tech leaders, you're spread thin, trying to optimize the best solution to ensure compatibility to your tech stack while making sure investments are worth their while so you're not facing endless SaaS sprawl. But at the same time, there is so much pressure to innovate. With limitless opportunity, there is some level of due diligence that you have to do to make sure that these investments deliver value. And ultimately, if these finite solutions are not connected to a single cloud provider, they become fragmented and immediately lose impact. I am constantly reading up on B2B commerce, SaaS adoption, AI, etc. And I recently came across this very interesting article from Vendor. In Vendor's most recent report on predictions for SaaS in 2024, their top insight was tighter software budgets are the new normal. The pressure to innovate is real, but you cannot buy or build everything. Being careful with your budget and your investments is going to be imperative in a world where there is infinite choice. For us, the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace is how we help you solve this challenge. The marketplace connects you to our vast ecosystem of over 400,000 partners to help you solve for virtually any tech scenario. Because this ultimately helps you strike the balance across innovation and business imperatives like budget. And by aligning your SaaS strategy to the marketplace for both you and your Microsoft partner solutions, you're able to unify your data so you get the most out of your AI investments. Now, I want to turn it over to Felipe to talk through some of the scenarios on how the marketplace can support you. Felipe?
Thanks, Kristyn. The marketplace supports you whether you're a dev lead, an IT decision maker, or any role that is touching your SaaS investments. With the marketplace, you can shop a single catalog to try cloud solutions before you buy. You can innovate faster, making your cloud budget stretch further and maximize your investments, and get your devs on the same page, using the same solutions for increased productivity. Now let's talk a little bit more detail on these concepts. We see a correlation in our data between customers who buy a few licenses to simply kick the tires and then making bigger investments. As you seek which solutions to try, you can shop and evaluate on your own through the marketplace catalog. You can use free trials or direct purchases for a small number of licenses to test if the solution will work before you adopt further. And get proof of concepts with private offers so you can further vet solutions and vendors before making additional investments. By the way, we recently did an economic impact study with Forrester on the marketplace. And through that study, they found that customers can dramatically reduce or even eliminate proof of concept fees by using the marketplace to try solutions. As you negotiate and work with your partner or vendor, they can also access benefits. And these benefits can help support a proof of concept for you. So don't be afraid to negotiate with your partners and work with them, because ultimately, this is a mutually beneficial engagement. As you find the solutions that work for you, you can definitely innovate faster through the marketplace. And this means centralizing cloud portfolios to decrease time to value, shopping that single comprehensive catalog for all your needs with solutions that are pre-certified to run on Azure. And most importantly, cut through procurement red tape, onboarding solutions and vendors quickly by buying from Microsoft and simplifying billing through a single invoice.
That's right, Felipe. And I just want to emphasize one point. When we say the most comprehensive catalog, the marketplace is essentially an extension of the Microsoft Cloud, which helps you solve for virtually any tech scenario. And we're continuing to centralize how we go to market with our partners through the marketplace. So much so that we've seen an annualized increase of 60% of solutions that you can buy from the marketplace. This is just a sampling of the solutions we offer. You probably recognize a lot of these names, from VMware to Adobe to industry solutions like Backbase or Duck Creek. Our catalog has thousands of solutions available to you. And many of these are what we call Azure benefit eligible. And Azure benefit eligible solutions help you spend smarter so that you can maximize your investments. This is a huge benefit of the marketplace. And Felipe, I know you're going to talk us through a bit more on that.
Yes, that's right, Kristyn. So organizations can maximize investments by getting the solutions they need and counting them towards their Azure consumption commitment. Because Microsoft counts 100% of those eligible solutions towards that commitment. And this benefit accelerates that progress that you will have in meeting your commitment with solution the organization already relies on, helping you to unlock additional discounts on that Azure infrastructure that you use and get more value for your cloud budget. Once you have committed, you can buy off the shelf or have the ISV or partner create a private offer for negotiated pricing or custom terms. And customers seeking access to resources, incentives, and concessions can work with their Microsoft account team to secure a cloud consumption commitment, no matter the organization size, to optimize their cloud budget. Finding those Azure benefit eligible solutions is very simple. All you have to do is log into the Azure portal, access the marketplace, and click the filter for Azure benefit eligible. You will see the solutions there. You can browse through the catalog and either buy off the shelf or work with your vendor to obtain a private offer on that solution. And what we're seeing is that this pre-committed cloud budget is truly driving the adoption of the marketplace. While the majority of customers with a cloud commitment use the marketplace, what we're seeing is really interesting, and that the marketplace is driving adoption of the Azure consumption commitment. We have seen a 40% annualized increase in customers getting cloud consumption commitments to leverage this benefit. And we often think that these contracts are limited to enterprise buyers and large organizations, but it's really not. Nearly any organization of any size can make those dollars stretch further by getting these contracts.
With how embedded the cloud is for every organization, really anyone can benefit by getting these commitments. We recently did a case study with Mural as the customer and MongoDB as the ISV. Mural is a smaller company that creates productivity solutions. Because of their dependence on the cloud, they saw the benefit of having an Azure consumption commitment and used purchases of solutions like MongoDB's to help fulfill that commitment and get those Azure discounts on their infrastructure. Felipe and I live and breathe this every day, always talking to our field team members and customers about Azure consumption commitments and the marketplace. So we just want to go through some of the best practices that we're seeing across our field and customers. Felipe, I know one thing that comes up a lot and an easy entryway into the marketplace is renewals. Can you talk a little bit about what you see with our field and customers?
Absolutely. This topic comes up almost every day. And renewals can be done through the marketplace. So organizations that have already purchased a solution outside of the marketplace, and they wish to shift that workload through the marketplace with an upcoming renewal, they can do this very easily. They can work with their preferred solution provider and make this happen through the marketplace to accelerate the benefits, like purchasing those Azure benefit eligible solutions.
Absolutely. And I think one misconception there often is that people think, oh, their first deal with marketplace is a trial or something small. Very often what we see is the first deal with marketplace is a multi-year commitment. And it's often when the customer has a delta in their Azure consumption commitment and they need to fill it. So they go ahead and they get a solution that they know they need, and they secure great pricing for up to 3 years and then are able to fulfill that commitment.
Correct. Multi-year pricing is a very common scenario. And what we're seeing is what we call the marketplace trifecta, which is the combination between being able to fulfill your Azure consumption commitment through long-term pricing and a private offer. This powerful combination enables organizations to leverage all the benefits of the marketplace. So this is a very powerful tool that customers can use to extract more value in their budget.
Absolutely. We love the trifecta. And I think another thing, just in prepping even for this session, Felipe, it comes up a lot that customers have contracts with channel partners, and they believe that the channel partner, there's no opportunity for them in the marketplace, but there is. Felipe, do you want to give us a little more detail there?
Yeah, this is a very common scenario. I was actually talking with a customer last week who told me they had transacted a solution through one of their channel partners, and it was up for renewal, and they were under the impression that they could not bring it through the marketplace. However, with multi-party private offers, this is possible. The multi-party private offer gives customers the ability to work with their channel partner and purchase marketplace solutions and bring those renewals or even new purchases to the marketplace. So it's a great capability for customers who are interested in using the benefits through the marketplace of buying those solutions with their channel partner.
Absolutely. We debuted multi-party private offers last year, and it's currently available to customers in the US, but it'll be available to customers in Canada and UK soon, with other markets to follow. But it's a huge opportunity for everyone to participate and see the benefits of the marketplace. I think ultimately the real value of the marketplace is when you can be forward thinking and not just think about your cloud investments today, but you can take the time and do some strategy work to think about what you're going to need next year to build yourself an Azure consumption commitment that counts for your Microsoft solutions and your partner solutions, so you're getting the most value for your budget. And ultimately, all of this really helps you in driving alignment across your organization. I know that there's another feature that is potentially Felipe's favorite, this private Azure marketplace that helps organizations create this level of control and governance so everyone's on the same page. Felipe, do you want to talk us through that?
Yes, absolutely, because creating this alignment is key. And as we've seen, cloud budgets are expanding, to accommodate this growing need for SaaS solutions and cloud solutions. And this is where the alignment and the role of governance becomes vital. And with a private Azure marketplace, any organization can ensure their teams are on the same page, are aligned, and only deploying and buying pre-approved solutions that are managed by their cloud administrator and aligned to their business needs. In a private Azure marketplace, administrators can pre-select approved solutions that teams can access when they need in a compliant and secure way. And if they need a solution that is not approved, they can request it at the click of a button. The administrator will then be able to approve or reject the request, and this empowers innovation at a much greater speed, but with the right guardrails to help safeguard your investments. Let me walk you through a quick demo on how this works in the marketplace. When you log into the Azure portal, you can search for the marketplace in the top search nav. If the private Azure marketplace has been enabled, you will be notified in the top left side of the screen. You can browse the entire marketplace catalog, but can only deploy pre-approved solutions that have been vetted by your cloud administrator. For example, if I click on a solution that has not been pre-approved, I will be alerted that the plan and the solution has not been approved in the private marketplace. At the click of a button, I can request to add the solution, any specific plan, with a justification for the approval, and submit the request to the marketplace administrator. The administrator will receive the request and can approve it or deny it at the click of a button. You can filter for solutions that are pre-approved in the private marketplace experience and select all those solutions approved by the administrator or those approved by default. When a private Azure marketplace is created, all Microsoft services and endorsed Linux distribution solutions are approved automatically by default. Any solution approved by the marketplace administrator within a specific offer collection can be approved by users within the org. You can also filter for those solutions that have been approved by your private marketplace administrator. The administrator can manage the marketplace and create collections at the Azure subscription level. So for example, if you have multiple teams within the organization and they purchase across different Azure subscriptions, the collections of solutions can be customized to include only specific solutions for that team. And this can be done at the plan level to include all current plans and future public plans. The private Azure marketplace is a great way for organizations to manage and control their marketplace experience. This is increasingly important in this era of AI, where organizations have the ability to deploy pretty much any solution, but under the right guardrails. Right, Kristyn?
Absolutely. We've talked about it through this session. Everyone's going to need more and more AI solutions. Microsoft is obviously hugely invested in AI, and the marketplace is going to be a key platform for you to get and discover those AI solutions to support your business. But we're not stopping there. We're also looking at how we can infuse AI into the platform to make it the best B2B commerce engine to solve your needs. Currently, within Azure Portal, there is a Copilot-like experience where you can type in the challenge you're having, and the technology will surface solutions that will solve your problem. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're continuing to evaluate our roadmap and infuse AI to innovate and support your challenges. We hope that you have found this session valuable. You can always stay connected to the marketplace by going to azure.com/marketplace. This is our digital front door for all things marketplace. And you can also check out our technical documentation. Our technical documentation is really the how for how to use the marketplace. It's something that Felipe and I have our hands in nearly every day. And recently, we started a marketplace customer office hours. This is hosted by Felipe, and bi-weekly, you can come and talk to us and ask any question about the marketplace and how we can make it work best for you. We really hope that you have found this session valuable, and we would so appreciate your feedback. Please fill out the event eval, and please feel free to send either Felipe or myself any notes or feedback on the session. Thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of Build.